Hey, Aries, welcome to your messages. Maybe for the month, it's mid month, whatever. Here's what you need to know here so you feel right now. Okay, so it looks like in your past, Aries, they're, ooh, you're completely overhauling Aries, how you view relationships and how you interact with people. Um, It used to be this like micro nitty gritty nitpicking. Well, you said that and that didn't feel good. Well, you said that and that wasn't fair. And you're like kind of just recognizing that's not worth the expenditure of your energy. It's almost as if you're like looking to get your need for love and connection met in like a whole new way. And it's one where it's like more consistent, steady effort. So it's kind of like I want to say if you were a trauma baby, you're like giving up the hypervigilance. So instead of, well, it took them 2 hours to respond to my text, hypervigilance, and you're like, that means they don't love me. Oh my God. You're now like, hey, just calm, like you're gonna self-soothe, right? Self-soothe and be in a place of they normally respond quickly. So it's kind of like you're gonna start giving the person the benefit of the doubt and not put so much weight on like every little teeny tiny thing they do. And you're like, look at the whole picture. Okay, Aries. So it looks like in the now, the present, ooh, well, you're like stuck between a crossroads. There's a part of you that kind of just has that like primal urge for some pleasure. You got the devil card here, two of swords and the world. So it's like it's almost as if you're not yet ready for the lesson to be complete, the one that we just talked about. Because you're afraid that that's going to make you like give up your primal side, your like sexy, ferocious side, but there's a part of you. Okay, give me some clarity on that though, because the two of swords is there. Which essentially means you're not just like admitting to yourself how you truly feel and how you truly think. You're like trying to avoid the growth. And all I can say, you're using the excuse of, "But I'm busy. I have a lot going on. Sometimes I do just need that like primal release. I can't give this up." And it kind of feels like a bitter retreat, walking away, but if I go through this change, then all these other people are going to think that they won type of a situation. Um, when like in reality, what your focus on is that this is just changing the way that you communicate. And it's just going to be a little bit more lighthearted instead of needing them to reply at the right time with the exact words. This change is literally just about being a little more playful and lighthearted in communication, like, oh, thank you so much for that text. It meant the world to me. Or, oh, thank you for apologizing for responding so late, but that's okay. I know you love me. Like it's the change is literally just about being more lighthearted in communication with your partner. Um, okay, so let's see. Let's pull your future cards and then we'll see if we need any more clarifying cards or anything. Okay, going into your future. Well, this is interesting. Who's live? Say hello. So going into your future, Aries, we got the King of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Which honestly, Aries, this whole thing just kind of, hey, PC, not primary email. What an interesting username. Aries, it just kind of indicates that like instead of just going through the change and like accepting it and embracing it, it's a little bit more of you're gonna do the hanged man. And like I must think about this must be deep and philosophical and I must ponder this, and maybe I need a life coach, maybe I need some enlightenment, maybe I need to meditate for hours, when like in reality all you got to do is admit that it's painful and it hurts. And guys, that's one thing that a lot of law of attraction followers get wrong, is that they think that everything should be outrageous joy and happy joy. And so yes, when you're in alignment, it is like oh my God, here's my next step. What happens after that initial impulse, the human fear and the human resistance can kick in, right? So even though you want this change, Aries, you want this change of just more lighthearted, loving connections with people, there can still be the three source of sadness of what you're walking away from, because that was a previous chapter of your life, right? Like, think about it. If this was like hunter gatherer days and you live next to a well and you're like, I know this well always has water, it will feel sad when you're like, wait, but we know there's water here. Like, what, like, scared can come up, fear, sadness. Like, what if there's no water over there? And so this is about love and connection for you. So you're like, what if I make this change and I don't get the love and connection that I used to have? What if I make this change and then I'm like alone, lonely, So just recognize that, like, you're just kind of, the negative feelings that are there. It's really just more about, like, you're gonna have to go through this change no matter what, because like the world card's here. So it's more about like embracing it. Like, of course, I feel a little wobbly. This is something new that I'm doing. I'm never going to feel safe doing this. But I trust myself that I can adapt along the way. I can learn as I go. So Aries, a lot of this is about just like trusting yourself that you're going to learn as you go, and and hoping and praying that people give you grace, and that you start rendezvousing with people who are more like loving in their communication. Because there's just a growing side of you, Aries, that want, like King of Wands. Like, you don't want to be the King of Swords anymore, the person who has to insist and demand. Is this part of my career change? This is the Aries general read. If you want to ask a question where I focus just on you, you can super chat at least $20 and I will pull a spread for you if you want. But Aries, you want to be the King of Wands, not the King of Swords. The King of Swords has to insist and demand upon respect and is willing to be a little manipulative, like, oh, I did something, but you can't prove it. So, haha, whereas the King of Wands is more like, oh my God, my love has returned. Let me hug you. Let me, like, you're going to want to more like, you're at a place where you want to like more warmly greet people and like let them know that you like them and are passionate about them. Okay. God, I can't think of any more questions to ask for you, Aries. What else? All right. It seems like some more cards want to come out for your past. So what's prompting this change is, it does kind of look like you've taken, like, maybe not mindfulness, maybe not meditation, but you've certainly started prioritizing well-being significantly more. And you do want love. You want love, and you want steady, consistent love. So, okay, so what I'm hearing right now is, like, recognize your why. And I'm going through this change because I do want more love in your life. That's what's going to help you when the fear comes up. I know I feel scared right now. I know this feels wobbly. Anything new feels wobbly, right? Because anything new, guys, there's insecurity in there. You don't know what to expect because you've never done it before. So, but it's worth it, because no matter what, I do want more steady love. I want more lighthearted connection. So just like remind yourself of that. Kind of like, like when a person's trying to lose weight, a lot of the really good trainers will have you get your why. So when you're at the gym, you're like, oh, I don't feel like doing anything. They're like, okay, you remember your grandbaby that's coming out in 4 months though? You want to be able to run around with her? The clients are like, yeah, yes, I do. And then they'll like work out, right? So you just gotta like keep that dangling carrot, Aries, and that why going for you. Okay, is there anything else? It looks like one more card wants to come out for the now. Oh, there's just a little bit of acknowledgement of, you want other people to feel good about you too. It's not so much about I win, you lose. It's more about, okay, I want if the other person's going to be in a relationship with me, I want them to feel good. So that you're just waking up, Aries, to like be more loving in relationships. Okay, anything else? Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 more cards for this one. Okay, now they're just giving you a carrot dangling, and it's if you do go through this change, Aries, you got the 4 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the 4 of Cups. So it's you will be happy, and like you will have made the choice, because right, the growth is very likely going to come no matter what, because the World card was there. So the growth is going to come no matter what, whether it comes from the Wheel of Fortune, as in you manifested the change, you grew through the change, you you saw it coming, you moved through it as gracefully as you could, it's either going to come that way or it comes in the tower, which is unexpected upheaval, chaos. So the growth is going to come no matter what. If you choose to do it right now, it will be happy. Um, and it doesn't require like a lot of deep meditation or a lot of work on your end. It's more of a desire of, hey, if I'm going to say this to this person, how can I say it in a nice way? How can I say it where they feel good about themselves? It's like just for maybe like a week or two, you're gonna have to think about that before you speak. This is what I want to say. What's a nicer way I could say that? What's a more loving way that I could say that? And then after a week or two, because you want this change, it's going to become like default secondhand nature to you. So the growth won't even take that long, Aries. Yeah, you've got it. Okay, is there anything else that needs to come out for Aries? They're saying yes, 3 more cards. Magician, Emperor, 7 of Swords. It's almost as if you're going from the growth to Magician to Emperor. Um, and the biggest impact that that's going to have on other people around you is that they won't feel tricked, they won't feel lied to, manipulated, they won't feel like an empty hole in their heart after a relationship ends with you, or they won't feel like a, oh my God, just get that guy away from me. I got to get away from them. Um, and so magician to emperor, magician is more like, at least how not traditional sense of the tarot cards is how the message is for you right now, Aries, is a magician is here's what I want, here's what I want to manifest. And the magician can of course manifest and get what he wants, but he's like single focus on here's what I want, here's what I want to manifest. And like there just, wasn't really any thought given to the other person. Not that it needed to be, because sometimes like it is okay to be selfish sometimes to go, this is what I want. Um, but the emperor is still the leader, right? He's still the man in charge. But the magician is like the traveling entertainer, right? So he just has to behave well enough in that city to collect his money while he's there. The emperor is I'm the leader, and being a leader is I take on responsibility for these people, so their well-being is now part of my well-being. I can only feel good when my people feel good. So that's just instead of manifesting with here's what I want a vacation, I want this much money, I want a YouTube partner. Magician, now you're the emperor with like all right, give me the partner who we're both compatible. We're both going to benefit. We're both going to feel good in the interaction and the ending if it ends. Just the person who, when we partner together, we both thrive even more. So you're still going to get what you want. You're just now including in, I want the other people to feel good. That's it. And the main benefit is that people who you depart from aren't going to carry any will towards you. All right, Aries, I hope this video helped. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment. If you want to meet your own spirit guide, there's a link in the description for that free meditation. You just click the link, enter your name and email. I'll get that email addressed straight to you. And don't forget, every Tuesday I go live 11 a.m. Eastern time in my Facebook group and Instagram. So I love you guys bunches. See you next time.